If you'd like to press record for me, I'd be most grateful. And welcome to Zinzino's product presentation. And this is one that's actually based around the UK. So this is the UK offering for these products. If you're in different markets, you may find that you've got slightly different product availability. So please get back to the person who actually shared this link with you to do that. Zinzino is, I'm not seeing it recording. I'm concerned.
It's recording, Sue.
Oh, beg your pardon. Sorry, I couldn't see the record button. Okay, that's brilliant. Thank you, Steve. Okay, so my name is Sue Booth. I'm a diamond with Zinzino, and it's my pleasure this evening in the UK. So wherever you're tuning in from, so welcome to you. And I'm really excited about what we have to show people and to offer people to actually get their health back in balance. And the company has been around for 15 years, so it's not an overnight success. It's taken some time to get there, and boy, are we going to make some inroads into showing people just exactly how to improve their health. So we know that everyone wants to feel good, stay fit, and more importantly, be very healthy. And I think this is really more important now than we've probably had in our lifetime, that's for sure. And we know that at the same time that a lot of health-related problems are increasing constantly. And we have to ask, why is this happening? You know, it's not, we're having a global pandemic, but our actually health problems are more of a pandemic than the actual virus that's going around at the moment. If you look back at how we used to manage our health, we used to rely on things like herbs, spices, specific herb combinations. And Hippocrates had it right. He said, let your food be your medicine and let your medicine be your food. And if you have all those in the right combination, then we have better health. So let's have a look about how we can, in fact, improve that dramatically. And if you look back to where we actually kind of were eating in the 1850s, around that time, we'd be feeding, from the fields, so whether it be rabbits, whether it be cows, venison, whatever, all fresh food. And that would be full of vitamins, minerals, phytonutrients, and micronutrients. And all the beta-glucans and the fibers would be in place. And we'd have a good balance of omega-6 and 3. So when we knew that, why did we change it? Well, we changed it because, unfortunately, we wanted more food. We wanted it in a better quantity and an increased, kind of revenue, if you like, from the actual produce that we had on the market. But that then meant that our food was less nutrition dense. It became higher in sugar because it was processed in a different way. We found that we had many empty calories, became low in fibers, healthy fats, and started to see that big imbalance between omega-6 and 3. And if you then look at the history of the omega-6, 3 balance, as I said, 1850s, we probably, when we're born, we're 1-to-1 with our 6-to-3 ratio. And as we start to introduce foods into our diet, we know that increases, and that we can our body works on an optimum level of around about 3-to-1. But unfortunately, it starts to increase the more omega-6 we eat. And that kind of really started to take a turning point around about 1960. And if you think about, I was saying to someone earlier today that, we look at how family households have changed. So where the wife used to stay at home and cook from fresh foods for the family, dinner would be waiting on the table for, when the husband came home from work. That also has now changed because they needed more income into the family household. And so it would end up being, well, what can we do really quickly? And then they introduced the microwave. So the microwave became the linchpin of when wanted meals on the table in 5 minutes, as opposed to cooking from scratch. And what also occurred was this kind of farming change of the way we farmed our cattle. And so we were cattle, instead of being out on the field, was in a barn, and it would be fed pellets, processed pellets, to increase the yield, to improve the kind of fatness of the animal and to provide us with more food. And then the processing of that, how can we prepare our foods quickly and have it all ready made? And so that's what we ended up having. And as we did that, we'd find that our omega-6-3 ratio would increase dramatically and up to about 15:1. And so this is now the average in the EU is 15:1. And unfortunately, our children are more likely to be 25:1. My grandson was 25:1 at the age of 7, and that horrified me. And he eats good, a good diet. So what are we looking at for our future? Even higher amounts. So in conclusion, we lack so many key nutrients, and we have this big imbalance of omega-6-3 ratio. And when that happens, when we've got too many omega-6s in our diet, we're going to notice various things in our body. And some of them are hidden, and some of them are obviously more visible or more obvious. I think probably the most obvious one is joint and muscle pain, because that's the one you kind of go, oh, my knees hurt as you get a little bit older. You're going to notice that your hair quality decreases. You're going to notice your skin elasticity stops, kind of improving. But a lot of the other things like heart, brain, and organ function, that's all hidden. You can't see that. So it's a big shock when something happens. We hope, that you can understand just like these hidden things can be such an impact on your health. And my personal testimony is I had a heart problem and I was unaware of it until it happened. And then that could have been too late for me. Thankfully, it wasn't. So what happens when we have this imbalance is this is how it affects our cells. So we have this reduced function. And when the omega-6s are in too high a quantity, this will actually harden that membrane around every cell. And we've got hundreds of trillions of cells in our body, but if it's hard around the edge, it's not going to let the nutrients in. So however good your diet is, you may eat the best food, you may think you have the best nutrition, but if you don't have a permeable, healthy cell membrane, this will not allow those nutrients to get into the cell, and it doesn't allow it to function properly. And more importantly, any functionality in there, it produces toxins. So those toxins have to be able to come out of that cell as well. And we know that 3:1 is the optimum range for us to be in 6:3 balance. And when that happens, oh my word, that's when the magic starts to happen, because your cell membrane becomes more flexible, becomes softer, permeable, and it allows those nutrients to get into the cell. It allows it to function in the cell properly. And more importantly, those waste products can actually come out of the cell. So that's a healthy cell, as opposed to the unhealthy cell. And I think when we look at, kind of this tip of the iceberg, this is a great analogy, really, because you kind of think of the iceberg, oh my gosh, it's an iceberg. But what you don't realize is that so much danger is lying beneath the surface. And we all would like to be in the tip of that iceberg, because that's the 3:1 ratio, and that's where we need to be and want to be for our bodies to function normally. But if you're in the danger zone and have that higher omega-6-3 ratio, then that's going to put you into a more inflammatory state. That imbalance of omega-6 and omega-3, the low levels that we're eating of omega-3, inadequate polyphenols, and polyphenols are really important. And I don't think I even realized just how important they were. They actually protect, the polyphenols are like antioxidants, and they protect the omega-3, which is actually quite fragile. And also we have low levels of vitamin D3 within our system. And as we were saying, that kind of the average 6:3 ratio is 15:1. The children are probably around about 25:1. So, how do you know? Well, the only way to know is to actually do a test. And this really, really simple test, it takes a couple of minutes. I did 2 tests yesterday for some friends of ours. And just this test is so simple to do. And you literally, kind of takes a couple of seconds, prick your finger, and it will actually give you a reading once it's analysed by the Vitas Analytical. And the nice thing about this as customers, that you actually have the guarantee, money back guarantee. As long as you've taken out a monthly subscription, you actually, if your first test comes back within 3 to 1 or better, then you get your money back if you wanted to. I've only ever had 2 people come back at 3 to 1 or better in all the time I've been doing this. So it's we've done now, in fact, I'm way out of date on this, my apologies, I didn't check this. It's actually 625,000, so nearly to 626,000 tests done worldwide. Now that's a phenomenal amount of tests, but all these have been, it's the largest database of 6-3 ratios in the world. And so the company that do it are a company called Vitas Analytical Services, and they're based out of Oslo Science Park, which is linked with the Oslo University. And they're partners with all these different establishments that you can see here. So really well-known places, Oxford and Cambridge in the UK, King's College in London, and other, various universities. So we're not relying on our own personal kind of analytical services. This is a company who actually are our partners, if you like. We are customers of theirs. So completely independent. They also manage to get your personal test results. So you're just going to check 11 different fatty acids within your body, but it's also going to give you your 6-3 ratio. It's going to give you a protection value. And that was really shocking because my protection value came back at 0. Really worrying. My omega-3 index, mental strength index, that's your clarity of mind, your membrane fluidity. Remember we were saying about how permeable those cell membranes are. And then your arachidonic acid formation efficiency. My personal test came back at 14.4 to 1. And to say I was horrified is an understatement. And the reason being is that I'd actually been an omega-3 taker for 30 plus years. So I, very blasé about it, thought I was going to be in balance. How wrong was I? And so it was a big shock to me, considering I'd effectively wasted my money for 30 years. You actually get your personal test results. You can track your progress as well, which is really fantastic. And as I say, mine was 14.4 to 1, and my after was 2.2. So the tests show that most of the world is out of balance, as you can see here. So in Europe, it's around about 95%. Australia's 98%. It's all those barbecues, it must be. USA, 99%. Now that's worrying. 99% of USA citizens are out of balance, and 97 globally. Around about average is global. So that's, again, a really, really concerning number. So what can we actually do? We know that only 5% in Europe have got that 3 to 1 ratio. The 20% of people who probably take an omega-3, remember I was been taking one for 30 years, have normally got that average balance of 7 to 1. Mine was nowhere near that. And the 75% of people who don't take an omega-3 supplement have got that average ratio of 15 to 1. If you're vegan or vegetarian, you're probably going to be an awful lot higher than that, as they physically can't eat enough omega-3 within their diet. So what can we do to fix this problem? Well, I'm very pleased to say there's a really simple solution. Paul Clayton is the head of our scientific advisory board, and he, along with Ola Eid, Angela Rizzo, Dr. Angela Rizzo and Dr. Abraham, have actually created some amazing products. And these are patented products, a lot of them. We own our own manufacturing and research and development. So we're not reliant on other companies to produce our product. We produce it ourselves. And as I say, the fact that we have this test-based nutrition is what sets us apart from any other company. So we know that we can bring you back into balance, or 95% of people are back in balance within 120 days. And that when that happens, then everything clicks back into process. So once you get to those 6-3 ratio at 3 to 1 or better, then it means that your body then can start repairing and rectifying all the damage that it's caused, been happening over the previous years. So we have a unique test-based formula, as I've mentioned. It's high in polyphenols. It has omega-3 from wild small fish. So it's pelagic fish like anchovies and mackerel, very small sardines. Vitamin D3. And the vitamin D3 is really essential as well to help make sure that actually that product gets to your cellular level. And that takes around about 24 hours in the best condition. And also vitamin E in there. It's actually dosed by weight. So whatever your weight is in kilos, is a specific dosage per kilo, so that you know that you're taking each product as you should for your weight. There's no oxidation of the product. So it's fresh from the minute you open that bottle to the last mouthful of it. And it comes in 4 fantastic different flavors: orange lemon mint, grapefruit lemon lime, lemon and vanilla. So you choose which one you want, and you can always change them around and try each different one. We also have a wonderful product called Aqua X. And Aqua X has everything it has in the original version, but it also has got an additional ingredient called Aquacel. And Aquacel actually helps disperse that oil in water or in solution. So you can add it to juice, you can add it to water, milk. I've tried it in all of those now. So milk, juice, water, shakes, smoothies, add it into porridge. You can do all sorts of things with it. So it's whatever you choose to do. And if it's suitable, I think it's suitable more for children and elderly people who don't like that oily texture. But it's a really great product. We also have a patented vegan product. And the vegan product, the omega-3s are actually extracted from marine algae, and they're grown specifically in tubes, so there's no contamination. And so it's got the polyphenols, again, from the underripe olives. It's got the vegan vitamin D3 and the vitamin E. Again, it's dosed by weight, and it is an amazing product. And it's even suitable for people who, are following like a keto diet and things like that. We also have Essent. Essent is the capsule version. And this tends to be more used in the States because they prefer capsules. I find these perfect for when we're traveling. So when we're allowed to travel again. So when you're traveling, it's very easy to be able to, kind of pop them in your suitcase and not have to worry about any spillage, etc., because it's in a blister pack. So exactly the same combination, and dosed by weight as well. They are made with the highest quality and care. And I think that this is really important to understand. So I'm just going to let someone in. Okay, their GMP, so the general manufacturing process is certified. We're Friends of the Sea. We're Informed Choice, just about to become Informed Sport. So even sports people, professional sports people, can actually, make sure that they're taking something that's not going to be harmful for their professional sport. We're halal certified, vegan, where our vegan products are, are stated. In all naturally sourced ingredients. And I love this because it's 100% naturally sourced throughout the whole range. And that's amazing. Gluten-free, keto-friendly, sugar-free, soy-free. You can't really ask for too much. No, non-GMO, all the things that people are concerned about. And as I mentioned before, it's really important to make sure that the product you're taking is actually getting into the system in the best possible condition. And it takes around about 24 hours for any oil to reach our cellular level. And that's great that it takes 24 hours, but you need that product to stay fresh and potent during that time. And if you look at the things like krill oil and concentrated omega-3 and cod liver oil, it's anything from 5 to 15 hours. So that means the product I was taking for 30 years, that was a high quality as far as I was concerned, was not doing me any good whatsoever. So it had gone rancid before it even got into the cellular level. Our product stays fresh and guaranteed to stay fresh for 35 hours within your system. So you know that it gets to to the cellular level properly, and it does the job it's supposed to. And that's why we get such great results. So, and those results, as I said, 95% of people who take the Zinzino Balance products have got that ratio of near 3-to-1 after 120 days. Now, 4 months is not a long time to make such a change in your life. And at 120 days, I was 2.4-to-1. I'm now 2.2. And so I know that I'm improving all the time, and I'm still getting benefits and still noticing more benefits as I carry on. So who needs this product? Well, pretty well everyone, from the first breath that you ever take to the last breath. So, and I think it's Dr. Praktichka, excuse me if I've pronounced that incorrectly, but she says from the womb to the tomb. And it's true. Every stage of our body, every stage of our life, we need it for different things. So in the womb, it's making sure that the baby's developing correctly. In young babies, it's making sure that their eyes and brain are functioning and developing properly. Toddlers, then it's their brain immune growth important. And as we carry on, and I was in the kind of 50 plus years, and in fact I was 63, I actually managed to have a heart attack. And so for me, heart health was my big concern. And obviously brain function. We know that an awful lot of Alzheimer's and deterioration of our brain power really starts to kick in when we get to that 60 plus years. And so making sure that that's in tip-top condition, that's what we do. So hopefully I shall be going on until I'm in my hundreds, well, in the 100 maybe, but still fighting fit. So making sure that I am the best version of me as I possibly can be. We've got 18 health claims that are approved by the European Food Standard Authority. So the top 3 on the left-hand side, the normal brain function, heart function, and immune function, are probably the most important for everyone on this call. But also, I needed to know that I was going to improve my blood pressure, my triglyceride levels were going to be right, and just, kind of improving my blood cholesterol and things like that, because that's what I was concerned about. So for someone who's pregnant, for instance, they want to know that the brain development of the fetus and the growth of that child's brain is key to them. So we kind of accommodate everyone here, but some fantastic claims that we're allowed to say about our product. So as I said before, we are also just about to become Informed Sport. So professional athletes are happy to take our product, and that will be making sure that they're not taking anything that's banned substance, which is obviously key in their position. But reaching that omega-3, 6-3 level is really just the first step to staying, feeling good, staying healthy and fit. But let's have a look at some of the other products that we have as in addition to the Balance Oil. We've got Xenobiotic. Now this Xenobiotic powder has to be I've got the old pot here, has to be one of my favorites. It's an absolute winner in my life. I love it. It just improves the gut health. It improves your microbiome very simply. Just dissolve it a spoonful or a scoopful, 2 scoopfuls if you feel it necessary for you, in water, or you can add it to sauces, you can add it to juice, shakes, protein shakes, whatever you decide to do. And it's got 8 different fibers in there. And so that's going to improve your microbiome, get healthy bowel functions, and making sure that it kind of helps with blood sugar level control and also cholesterol as well. So all these things are really important. And again, it's keto friendly, it's a vegan product, so you don't have to worry about that either. Extend Plus is an amazing product. It's one of the multi-immune food supplements that we have, but this is also designed to really help you feel more energized, improve your bone and joint function, but also contribute to a normal immune function. And that's really important, as I said earlier, in this day and age where, our immunity is very, very crucial. We all want to stay as fit and healthy as we possibly can. And then Protect Plus. Protect Plus, again, it's a unique beta-glucan blend. And this is really important in supporting the immune system. And it's one of the next generation nutritional products. And again, 100% natural, vegan product as well. So again, if you don't want to compromise your health, if you're vegan, and making sure that you've got exactly what you need to. And then we have Viva. Viva is probably my third favorite product. And this really helps me get the best night's sleep. I take 2 tablets, sometimes 3, depending on if I'm really tired. And it's based on Affron. And Affron has been used for thousands of years in helping reduce anxiety, stress, things like that. It also can help with kind of depression. If you're kind of anxiety and depression, it's superb. And you can take up to 8 of those a day. And it's another 100% natural product. It's just one of my favorites, as I say. And it's like a little spa for the mind, because it just like smooths everything over. It's great. And I think everyone's been a bit anxious over the last year because of what's been going on. So it's just improving those little things by a very simple addition to your diet. Excuse me. The Zeno Health Protocol. Now, this is what I started on almost 2 years ago now. And I was advised, because of my heart condition that I'd had and had 3 stents fitted, I was advised to take these 3 products. So I took that advice and went on to them. So the step 1 is the oil, balancing out your system, balancing those omega levels and helping get that cellular health in key condition. Step 2 is restoring that gut health and making sure that you actually can get those balanced cholesterol levels as well. And then 3 is the boosting your immune system and energy levels, and helping with your innate immune system. But this is all these things together help as an anti-inflammatory. I mean, for me, it's been astonishing, the results that I've had. And also some people have been adding in the Viva as an additional product to their offering. And this is, all the products are available, and there's lots of different combinations that you can purchase as customers. And, I think it's important to know that, the person who invited you to this call will happily help you make those choices based on your needs. We also have another product that's just recently been launched, recently been launched, and this is a limited edition product. It's called Revo. It's a revolutionary extra virgin olive oil, and it comes from a specific farm, an organic farm, and the polyphenol level of this oil is 30 times higher than in any other, and it's a patented process for the production. And as I say, limited edition because, the olive trees only produce a certain amount of olives. And once they've gone, then you have to wait till the next year's harvest. So when it's gone, it's gone. If you haven't tried it, do. We also have some weight control or weight management, I would say. It's not designed as a weight loss company, if I promise you that, but it's very good to make sensible choices if you're trying to maintain your weight. And so, some people can use it to lose weight, but it's about gaining muscle, making sure that your muscle stays as it should, rather than just depleting your calorie intake and then depleting your muscle as well. We also have energy bars, protein bars as well. And I have to say, I love the energy bars. I think they're absolutely superb. But the shakes are actually quite intriguing because they actually contain that xenobiotic we mentioned earlier in the formulation. So it's actually helping your gut as well. So it's a really good product to have if you're on the run and need a snack or a meal while you're kind of out and about. So you can just take some cold water or cold milk or oat milk or whatever you decide to take it with, mix it up, and it's absolutely delicious. Then the skin serum. Now, as an ex-beautician, we used to have 3 salons at one stage. I used to try probably every company's product to evaluate them. And I honestly and truthfully have never used a product that works so well. I'm 66 now, And I know that my skin has improved since I've been using this over the past 22 months. But it helps hydrate and smooth the skin. It improves the skin's elasticity and strength, but it also reduces fine lines and wrinkles. And that's important, especially as you're getting older. But it also it tricks the skin into thinking that it's actually damaged. So it rushes more collagen production to that area. So it's a very clever product. And if you look at Dr. Paul Clayton, he's 70 now. So he doesn't look 70, and he uses this skin. It was him who's developed it. So staying good, feeling good, staying fit and healthier is just really a step away. The person who invited you to the call today would love to help you get started on your journey to a more balanced life. There are lots of different options, as I said earlier, different packages, different product options available to you. But get back to them and ask them to help you get registered and get you started on your journey to better health. Let me just stop sharing. So I would like to really just say thank you for listening to me. Hope I haven't bored you. But it's, as usual, I'm more than happy to help anybody in any way I can. As a last thing, as I said to you before, I actually had a heart attack 3 years ago. I was on 7 different drugs. And with the help of Dr. Clayton, the health protocol, I have now been drug-free since October 2019. So, and felt fitter and happier than I have done for a long, long time. So thank you so much for your time, and really appreciated it. And I look forward to speaking to you again soon.